I think we all can say the Grand Admiral Thrawn is awesome in Star Wars Rebels, and I just got my hands on the Star Wars Rebels Grand Admiral Thrawn figure, and it's pretty good. It has a few issues, but it's pretty good. But one thing I really wanted to do was compare it to what I felt was the best Grand Admiral Thrawn figure, the Legacy Collection comic pack one. I can't remember who he came with, but I just have the Thrawn. I actually didn't get the other figure he was packed with. But yeah, we're taking a look at these two. Both of them are good old Grand Admiral Thrawn, and yeah, let's get on it. So taking a look at the Grand Admiral Thrawn figure from Star Wars Rebels, it looks fantastic. The paint is really nice and crisp, and the sculpting, while simplistic, just looks really, really nice. I do like his rank badge here. This is the corrected version of it. I love his gold epaulets on his shoulders. Those look so awesome. And the shade of blue on his skin is just very, very nice. I also do like how they made his red eyes, and the paint's just nice in general. Really not much to talk about with 5 POA figures. They have 5 POA. It does come with his little pistol that I do enjoy the inclusion of. And yeah, he can hold that. He does have a ball jointed head, but it's pretty much more of a swivel. Doesn't really have a lot of ball joint action going on. He also came with this. Yeah, let's just not talk about that. I don't think anyone cares. But one really big issue with this figure is that it doesn't want to stand. No matter what I do, it doesn't want to stand. You know how long it took me to actually get him standing at the start of this video? It took a while. It actually took a long while to get him to stand at the start of this video. I've tried everything with his legs. One of his legs was actually stuck out of the package. Yeah, this is actually really inexcusable. I don't know if anyone else with a Grand Admiral Thrawn figure has this issue, but mine, no matter what I do, here, let's actually try to get him to stand. He must just have too much weight on his back. This figure doesn't want to stand. And nowadays, action figures do not include bases, so there's that. Yeah, he looks really amazing, but he literally, I typically say with 5 POA, they just stand there and do nothing. You can maybe turn their head, but this guy can't even stand there. That's actually really inexcusable. I don't know what Hasbro was thinking with that, but yeah, he just doesn't want to stand. Lean, buddy, lean. The other Grand Admiral Thrawn, however, can stand just fine. No problem with him. He does have slight leg articulation. He can barely move his legs forward. Does have knee joints. Does have ankles, which I don't like the white joint in the ankles. But you can get him in a mild walking pose. He's standing in this little pose, and that looks nice. He also does come with his little pet, which he does not have a pet in Star Wars Rebels, but if you're curious, you can actually put that on the shoulder of the Rebels figure. I do enjoy this little pet accessory. I don't remember the species name, but it looks pretty cute and funny. I do enjoy it. He really didn't come with any guns. He might have come with an E11, I'm not really sure, but I love the sculpt on him. The neck is very white, and I don't really like that. The blue should be more prominent. The tone of blue, I'd say I prefer on the Rebels one. Just looks a little more nice and clean. He has completely red eyes, full articulation, even though I do think his upper arm is a little short compared to his forearm. He does have the same Grand Admiral rank badge, but one thing that bothers me about this figure is that he doesn't have any epaulets. I thought Thrawn always had, yellow or gold epaulets. This figure doesn't have anything. That's pretty disappointing. I do know they made another Thrawn back in the day. I believe the Shadows of the Empire line. I think they made a Thrawn, or like the Power of the Force Expanded Universe. But I don't have that one because it actually looks really goofy. But yeah, this is actually a really good figure. One thing that I've seen people talk about is these figures, the AT-AT Commander from the Vintage Collection, their armor can go on to these guys. I wonder how well they'll go on. Hopefully pretty good. Thankfully, I have 2 of this guy, so I can show you at once how the armor fits. So I gotta tell you, there's issues with both of these. For the Rebels one, the head just doesn't want to come off, and I really don't want to force it. He has a bigger head than the Legacy Collection one, and I really don't want to break my Thrawn. I can imagine it would actually fit pretty nicely if you do heat up the head and pop pop it off, but I don't want to break it. And the helmet actually sits really nice on his head. The helmet also sits nice on the head of the Legacy Collection one. However, the armor sticks out a little bit. I can imagine the Rebels one may have this issue. Also, the rank badge is not Grand Admiral, so you'd probably have to look past that. But yeah, I would say it looks pretty good in general. His head pops off easily, so you can easily slide it on and off. I would say, in total, which Thrawn is best, I'd go with the Legacy Collection one. I mean, yeah, this guy, it looks nicer, but it's 5 POA and it doesn't function. It can't even stand. Seriously, I've tried so hard to get him to stand. His feet look flat, right? But he just won't stand. The only ways I can get him to stand is if he's leaning forward really awkwardly, like he's letting out a little fart. This guy stands just fine, nice and straight. I do think his outfit looks a little too white because of the lack of epaulets, but whatever. It also doesn't have the data cylinders on that one. I don't really know why this doesn't have the data cylinders, but this one does look a little more complete if you give him a pet. So there's a comparison of both of these Thrawns. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at this. I like the Rebels one, but yeah, just get him a base and just have him stand there. This is probably the Thrawn to get, though. I really do love this. Anyways, guys, I'll show you a couple pictures of Thrawn, and have a good day, guys, and as always, may the Force be with you.